Hey all, my name is Corey McElvain.
And I'm Haley Miller, and we are a few of the directors with Zero Hour Ministries, a hub of the Kansas City Underground that seeks to train and equip high school students to become disciple makers in their high schools.
Yeah, so when I first envisioned this ministry, the hub within the Underground Zero Hour in 2020, we longed to see a team of disciple makers exist in every single high school in a 30-mile radius of Kansas City, which ends up being around 88 to 100 high schools, give or take. But as things have progressed, we've recognized there's a need for multiple teams to exist inside of every single high school. So in our minds, it's like 10 plus teams so that you can actually contextualize the gospel and plant the gospel in the spaces within every people group that exists in a high school. So we're talking like football team, basketball team, debate, theater, on and on. You know that there's a ton of people groups that exist, and we just believe that these teams of students can actually multiply and have ripple effects that could change not just their schools, their people groups, but they could change cities and families and ultimately our country.
Yeah, so we believe that if we were to train, equip, and activate over 160 disciple-making high school students within a 30-mile radius of Kansas City over the course of 30 years, we would actually begin to see the type of transformation that we all long to see in our cities and schools.
Yeah, so these teams of students act as these almost like strategic missional teams that are all individually trained on how to go out and make disciples. And they gather together on a weekly basis on high school campuses all around the city right now. And we've been able to see amazing fruit over the past 3 years. We've trained now over 400 plus students on how to make and multiply disciples. We've seen over 17 new teams of disciple making students emerge on different high schools in the city. We've trained students at well over 20 plus different area high schools. We've recorded well over 200 spiritual conversations, seen 20 plus Discovery Bible studies emerge, and baptized several students who are completely new to Jesus, and are actively working on now a third generation of students multiplying disciples.
Yeah, so we really, looking forward, long to see even more teams in high schools. Like if we're gonna reach truly with like the good news of Jesus, every high school, we're gonna need to see 10 to 12 teams of students in contextualized areas like these football teams, theater departments. I was on the dance team in high school, so the dance team, debate, like all of these different teams in focused contexts within these schools. That's how we're gonna see this transformation, because Jesus was a contextualized man, fully embodying God to every person that he encountered in the ways that they needed to encounter him.
Oh.
And so we would like to invite you to partner with us and the Kansas City Underground to see these students activated as disciple makers, to see our city reached with the good news of Jesus.